Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of Tech Tuesday. And I know it's been a while, and that's because we have something very great happening today. And in the studio, maybe you guys already know, but in the studio I have with me Joshua Mike Bamley, aka J Mikey. All right, and today we'll be having a very juicy conversation. Should I even call it conversation or debate, like an argument?
Convert debate.
Yes. So as you guys can tell, we'll be debating between the Mac Minis and iMac, the iMacs and MacBooks. So which is better? Which should you guys get? Yeah. So that's what we'll be talking about basically.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think we should first of all just give a backstory as to why this is even happening. So when I was about to get my MacBook, I was asking Jamaiki, what should I get? I don't know if you can remember. Yeah. And you were like, because I had like an open check, as it were. I don't know. Should I say that? Yeah. So it was now like, can I get an iMac? And I'm like, it's cool. But the only drawback with an iMac is I'm a student. I would not be at home every time. Then I'll be going to school. Then from school, I'll be moving around, basically portability, and it will not be portable. That's one. Number two, we're in Nigeria, where we always have power outage very well. So if you don't have an inverter, I think I'm already even saying most of the stuff, but we'll still discuss. So if we don't have an inverter, it's actually going to be a problem. So that was actually one of the reasons why I settled for a MacBook. So now I don't want to just overrule, getting an iMac and getting Mac Minis when I see scenarios where they're actually best to get. So, Jamaiki, why did you say I should get an iMac? Like, what was the thing you saw that made you say I should get an iMac?
Okay, so first of all, let me even explain what those three things are, because a lot of people don't even know the difference between iMac, MacBook, Mac Mini. So the iMac is a single enclosure of everything, both the screen, the CPU, and okay, that's basically the screen and the CPU. So every of the tech is inside the screen. So when you buy it, you are buying a big screen with the brain inside. That's the iMac. Now the Mac Mini is just a brain, which is this one. It's just a brain. So you have to buy the screen, you have to buy every other accessory. All you are buying is the brain that you plug to power, and you plug every other thing to
like
the Mac
CPU
Mini.
basically.
It's basically a CPU, exactly. While the MacBook is all in one, in the sense that it's the screen, it's the brain, and it's every other thing, that is the keyboard, the trackpad, speakers, and so on and so forth. So those are the three. So my side of the debate is going to be with the iMac and the Mac Mini.
Yeah.
So I'm to say why we go for that
Yeah.
one. All right, so debate begins now. So before we begin, I just need to clarify that I'm all for all of it. I believe they all have their various functions. But since this is a debate, I love debate.
Purposely programmed him there actually.
Yeah,
because
he thinks it's tough. Okay, now, all right, so let's begin. So I was talking about the iMac, right?
Yes.
The iMac has a bigger enclosure, which means it does better with thermal cooling than the laptop. The laptop has a slimmer enclosure, so when any gadget has to deal with heat, if it is in a small enclosure, the chances of it getting hot is faster than it's in a bigger housing.
Okay, so you're basically talking about how well the cooling system is going to be.
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely.
But we actually have thin iMacs. So how about that? I think there are even newer.
He won that round. He has won that round. The newer iMacs are as thin as a phone.
Very, very thin.
All right. Okay. Second point. The iMacs are cheaper than the MacBooks.
Are they though?
Oh yeah, they are cheaper.
How much?
Yeah, overall cheaper. If you look at the specs of what a MacBook has with ratio to what the specs of an iMac has, you realize that the MacBook is more expensive, because when tech has to get smaller, it takes more expensive components. Right? So it becomes more expensive. So in the place where we have people that have a certain budget, at the end of the day, the iMac is cheaper. So.
Yeah, but even that, you're actually saying it's more affordable. I don't think it's actually more affordable, because let's think about it.
Okay.
Without power, it won't work.
Okay.
So you might need to get a solar.
Okay.
Or solar or gen or something before you can actually power it on. And now there's even another drawback. If you are not using it, and it has happened to you so many times. So there are times when you are working and then there's just a power outage, and maybe you don't save. That's it. That's gone. But this one has a battery. Such that even when you already know, you get a warning when it's low. So you can save up and then you don't lose your work. But I'm sure you lose your work most times.
No. That's actually the beauty of Mac. Wherever it trips off, it's most of the time, it actually saves.
But then you still get frustrated.
But then disadvantage of this one over the iMac, the fact that it is mobile, gives room for it not to last as long.
It's going to last.
Yeah.
Because you are going to take care of it very well. Right?
The fact that you have to move it from place to place, and we have more than one experience of it falling. You plugged it in the wrong plug somewhere, and then.
Okay. Yeah, that's why. No, that's why you need to know some things. Me, for example, now I don't just plug my. Well, I think I learned from someone. I don't just plug my MacBook to the power. Like I have this. What's it called? This 5 minutes. What do you call it?
I forgot the name. Like
it's like a stabilizer, but it's a plug.
Surge protector.
Surge protector. It's like a plug like this. You just plug it in, so it stabilizes it. So if the power is not very strong enough, it doesn't go directly.
Another reason why I'll say the disadvantage of the MacBook is wherever there is any moving part in any technology whatsoever, that is a room for breakage.
I don't understand.
Whenever there's any moving part, and in this case it's the hinge, there is always any gadget that has any moving part. Whereas the Mac Mini and the iMac, there is no moving part. Everything is just one solid block of ice.
Oh no, there is a moving part actually.
In the Mac Mini?
Yes, because it's adjustable.
No, that's not tech-wise.
You're talking about hinges.
No. The hinges that connects cables. That one is just two pieces.
Is it not this hinge you're talking about?
Okay, let me just tilt this to the back a bit more than usual.
No, you would know. It's not a 360. You will know. No, that doesn't know. That doesn't know that at all. It doesn't know.
Yeah, this is more fragile.
Well, there were times. No, I don't agree. I don't agree. There were actually times that I'll be in your studio. I think that was even before you got this new one, the former one, and I'll be like, when I'm done working, I'll be like, God, please don't let this thing fall. I'm always scared.
Which one?
Like
the Mac Mini or the iMac?
The iMac, the previous one.
Oh, the previous one.
I'll be like, Jesus. Okay. I mean, I know it's not going to fall, but how big it is, and I'm always very scared. So it's also fragile. That doesn't count. So I think we're square.
No, we're not.
All right. I'm still leading, yes.
No, you're not too. I've given you 2 disadvantages of this one now.
But I've actually trashed it out.
With 2. Yes. No, you didn't trash it out. You did not agree that this is more fragile.
Yeah, it's not more
this
fragile.
Isn't as durable. This isn't as durable as an iMac or a Mac or a Mac Mini. It's not as durable because it's slim, and then the slim form factor gives room for.
I told you that yours is also slim.
Huh?
Yours is also slim. You can't compare the one you're using now to your previous one, and they get slimmer and slimmer. So
another disadvantage: you spend more on accessories with this.
So when you
just agree first. See, I'm mentioning points, but okay, let me break down what I mean by accessories. Because of the form factor, they have to reduce the number of ports that they put in the MacBook. So if you are a filmmaker or you are an editor, you have no choice than to get extra accessories, especially the dongle to plug hard drive. It doesn't even have a USB port.
That's not right.
See,
that's not right.
Wait. It doesn't have a USB port, so that is a disadvantage.
Because it has to be fast. USB-Cs are faster than USB-As. Yes.
No.
Yes.
What? What's it again?
There are USB-Cs here. There are 3 USB-Cs here. Yeah, and USB-Cs are faster.
It has to be fast.
It has to be fast because we're Apple.
But
we have to make very fast and efficient equipment.
See, on my MacBook, if you know how many times I've wished that this thing just had a simple USB.
That's because you are using a USB-A. Get a USB-C hard drive.
My point still remains that we still have a lot of reasons why we buy dongles for this thing. This thing just probably has one USB-C and 2 at the other side. Tell me you don't have a dongle as you are.
No, you see.
Wait first. Do you not have a dongle?
I have 2 dongles.
You have 2 dongles. Ask me how many dongles I have on my iMac.
I know you have one.
Why do you think I have one?
Well, because you are working on a battery and.
I mean. But it by itself, it has 2 Type-Cs and 4 USB ports. How many does this?
That means it's slow.
No, it's not. It's not.
It's not as fast as mine. I'm very, very sure because this is USB-C.
The speed. That's not the point. The point is it has little amount of ports, so you have to get a dongle, extra accessories.
It actually has more Type-Cs.
You have to buy the surge protector because nothing can protect the brain of this one from blowing up.
No.
Why do you have a surge protector? I've never used a surge protector in my iMac and it's perfectly fine.
That was actually not. That was not a point actually, because
okay.
I could actually use my charger like that. I'm just being safe. Okay. And the thing is, even the person I heard about, it actually did not even affect the system. Nor did it affect the cord. It only affected the adapter, because MacBook, Apple, they make things that are very durable. Yeah.
Anyway, so if I'm to speak on behalf of a studio, as a studio, you are actually safer having an iMac or a Mac Mini than a laptop as a studio.
Well, I think that's actually where,
because I'm actually trying to now ground this into the space of filmmakers, Christian filmmakers. Which one is better?
Yeah, and actually that's really the main reason why we made this video. It's not really to make.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it all depends on the kind of work
what you are doing. Do you understand? Yeah. Me, I'm more like a
mobile person.
Do you understand?
If you can have both,
it's the best.
Yeah. But as a filmmaker now, let's come down to filmmaking, which is actually better for now as a filmmaker. It's difficult to actually say, but let's try and bring this down to filmmakers, Christian filmmakers, content creators.
I would still say the MacBook.
I would also say the MacBook.
Yeah.
Actually, especially on the go.
Yeah.
If you're on the go, it's actually better.
And there's even something else. This is not to sound like a very, very rogue person or something. Yeah. But, if you were to be using the MacBook, number one, you can't even carry it around. So it has to be in your house. Then power.
You mean the iMac?
The Mac Mini rather, or iMacs. So it has to be in your house. The power, the one that would.
But in terms of affordability, I would still say this is still one of the cheapest.
Nope.
Yeah, this is the cheapest.
Nope.
How much is this?
I mean, maybe 600 or something.
Yeah.
But then maybe something like 2,000. Yeah.
Open your mouth and say it very well. This is still the cheapest Mac OS device that we can think of. Why? Because they've stripped off all the extra things.
But then you have to buy them.
But you can buy the cheaper ones.
If you buy the cheaper one,
you are stuck with what it comes with.
But I know what it comes with. It's a very, very good quality thing.
Let's put battery aside now, right? If you put battery aside, your debate goes down by half. Right?
Not really.
Let me explain.
Not really.
Now, this when they're selling this, they're selling a screen.
Yes.
An Apple screen.
Exactly.
An Apple keyboard.
1,600 nits. Yes. No, we have to, because when you're buying a display for this, you're not getting a 1,600 nits.
I'm an Apple guy, but sometimes everything is just a feast. Now, Apple screen, Apple keyboard, Apple trackpad, right?
Yes.
And Apple everything. And we all know that Apple is good and everything, but there are many times that the things they sell isn't really about how good it is. Also, it's overpriced, right? But this gives you the option to actually get
what you can afford
that
and it's still good.
Offer the same quality as this. So by the time you get, let's even get down to practicalities now. If you get this one, probably refurbished, for example.
Yeah.
You get a refurbished of this one, right? And then you get a refurbished LG screen, an LG screen that's probably just 24 inches or something simple like that. You get a keyboard Logitech, you get a mouse Logitech. You're still not going to be, so battery aside.
Okay, I think another thing we need to say is we can't actually generalize as it were. Because this one now is about maybe 600. And this one is 2,000 because M1 Pro cheap. Yeah. I'm talking dollars now. They're
actually cheaper ones now.
Yeah, because this is even just M1. Exactly. This is even just M1. You can actually, I think yours is not even an M1. His iMac is not an M1.
It's a Core i7.
It's still Core. So it's not the Mac, it's not the Apple chip.
The ones they've released this year now
I think they've released them too.
1,000, 1,200. So it depends. And another advantage to something like this is probably you can get a refurbished that will still work as good as it.
I even think the
I'm really trying not to scare them away from this thing.
Yeah,
you're
actually,
not doing a good job of scaring them away. You're scaring them away from this.
From what?
From getting this one. Now.
They should. That's what I'm saying. That's why I told them that. Yes, even okay. So I think it's more big. I'm sorry, but it's just because I'm kind of someone that doesn't like getting used things.
Yeah.
And the reason is because when you get used things, you don't know what issue it has, and then once you've paid, you've paid. So you now have to start. That's
why if you're gonna get used things, I would recommend you just go for something like an Amazon refurbished. They are certified refurbished. There's Apple refurbished. Those ones are more certified, give you good products. And Apple generally does well with its reused gadgets. Yeah,
so it doesn't necessarily have to be new. I'm just saying new for safety.
So now the question I want to ask you is, as a content creator, what do you recommend someone to start with? The base, cheapest thing that you can recommend a content creator to start with?
Okay, to be honest.
The base, cheapest thing.
To be honest.
The base, cheapest
be honest. I know what he's trying to say, but to be honest, you actually don't even need a MacBook. In fact, you don't need a laptop. You can start with your phone. Your phone. Because you can record.
What phone?
Android. You can use Android.
Okay.
You can use... No, there are different Androids. There are Samsung.
There's Android and there's Android.
They actually. And there is even the iPhones. I mean, there are people that get used iPhones and they're as good as new as it were.
Oh, yeah, now, of course. Yeah.
So you could also use an iPhone, really. And, there's CapCut. So in terms of editing... And I'm saying iPhone because you can use it for recording your videos. Yeah. You can also use it for editing. And fun fact, even me that I'm talking, it's not like I have a camera. Most of my videos I actually shoot them with my MacBook. Funny enough, and you would actually not know because they are very, very. But I mean, I light them up very well.
So it's also possible, I think, in the era that we're in now, because newer iPhones have come out.
Yeah.
You can get the lower ones for a
cheaper
more affordable
price. Yeah.
And just like he said, if you can edit on your phone, is a very, very fantastic way to start. CapCut, like you mentioned, there's CapCut, there's InShot. I would recommend CapCut because they made that
very professional
for content creators.
Yeah.
It's a very good app. So that's the phone. Okay, so that is the cheapest starting point. What is now the next step? Let's assume the person has now created some content, he has put it out there. What is the next cheapest thing that the person can go for?
I'll say audio. And I mean, audio is actually very underrated. You can actually have a very good audio and then people will stick around even if your video is not as good. And if you have a phone, like an iPhone, for example, it actually matches up to, I think I told you, I went to shoot an event one day and then I shot with an iPhone and I shot with a 1080p camera. And to be honest, I was actually more proud of the iPhone footage. And this was like an iPhone X.
The 1080p DSLR.
DSLR, yes. It was not mirrorless. No, mirrorless are on another level. But I mean, so I think it will even still be best to get a very, very good microphone. I mean, like what you're hearing right now. But I mean,
depending on the kind of content, anyway.
Yeah. Actually,
if you're more of a street outdoor person, then you might want to go for. You might want to focus more on probably the visuals.
Okay, maybe like
studio person.
Okay, maybe like tripod or something.
Yeah, okay. If the person is more of going in the streets, going in the forest, or vlogging.
Yeah. Actually, sometimes it's not even the audio people are looking at. They just want to be able to hear and see.
That's good. Yeah. So that being said, yes, we are arguing about a Mac Mini and we're arguing about the laptops, but starting point should not be. Don't wait until you're able to get these things before you start your content.
Yes.
Very fun fact again. Abejoye season 1, season 2, and I think probably season 3 was edited on an HP.
Yeah.
Season 4, I believe, was edited on a Dell laptop. And these are not high-end laptops. These are basic laptops that it used. Yes, it wasn't the smoothest of edits, but it got the job done, and it got the job done well. So a lot of times, it's not really about the tech you are using, but about yourself. So make sure you are developing yourself and improving your own skill set. So whatever targets, whatever I throw. This guy has been doing a lot before this laptop even came, and now he's doing better with the laptop. So.
Though, I mean, there might be drawbacks, really. Like, me, for example, now, I would have actually known how to use After Effects. Even though because of the first laptop I got, it was not very good. So even Premiere, I mean, it's a whole story on its own. Let me...
That's softwares. When we get to the software video. So should they watch out for a software Tech Tuesday?
No, do you guys want it? Maybe we should ask them.
Put in the comment section
do you guys want
an editing
Yeah.
Software.
And if you want Jamaica to be there,
don't use them to trap me. I'm going back to my culture shock very soon.
Yeah. So thank you very much for watching,
and
guys.
if they have any question regarding MacBooks, Windows, editing, whatever it might be, put in the comments. And that could also spur the next video that he does.
Yeah. All right. So thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you're not already. Like and also share. And we'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.